What I often do with the things I find on the beach is sometimes I immediately get sort of a spark of what I want to do with it in a painting. Like the irony is obvious, or it sort of gives me this sort of sort of a sense of ironic thrill. It's funny and not funny, and it's just like, oh my God, here we are. This thing is just too unreal. So sometimes the things, evoke something, but I'm not quite sure what it is. But for me, fossil fuels are a major part of our problem with climate change and all sorts of other hazards to wildlife and life in general. So, even though fossil fuels are generally come from plant life, ancient plant life, somehow the symbol of a dinosaur resonated with fossils. So along with that, sort of it's a stand-in for, where petroleum comes from. But even though technically that's not correct. So then I also see it as like people speak often about the reptilian brain as being our lowest form of functioning in humans. And sort of it's a self-serving kind of ego-oriented, me first attitude. So there's a lot going on in that particular painting. And sometimes I don't really know what the message is going to be, but it's sort of like I do sand play, like a psychologist would do. And I take the items and I arrange them in my studio. I take them back to my studio and then I bring them down to the beach, and something will strike me that there's a story. And it's not always a direct story, but it resonates with me. So pairing the dinosaur with an oil a bottle of car oil, an abandoned bottle of car oil on the beach seemed to speak to a lot of those issues, like obsolete paradigms, extinct paradigms, and the struggle between new ways of thinking and the old guard. But there's a level of humor in there by using the toys that makes it, I think, more accessible for people to have humor along with the message.